Good afternoon, everybody. Today is the day This is the Ham City Live RAVENCAST Action Reaction. All right, we went over the. What did you think of? What was your assessment, Fez, of the Baltimore Kansas City contest? Kansas City won 27-20. Uh, well, we talked about that, and Lamar played great. The offensive line had some problems, and there were some issues. The next game was in Brazil. Why, nobody knows. But in that game, the Packers lost to the Eagles uh, 34-29. And Jordan Love, last I heard, was going to be out maybe 3 to 6 weeks. Then on Sunday, the Steelers were at Atlanta. The Steelers were victorious, 18-10. Justin Fields appeared to play. Justin Fields was. They didn't have Russell Wilson. Justin Fields was 17 of 23 for 156 yards and no interceptions and no touchdown passes. That was that Russell Wilson was also injured, said Fez. That's why Justin Fields started. That was on noon. Also, another game, Arizona Cardinals played at Buffalo, and Buffalo was victorious 34-28. And in that game, Arizona was ahead, but it looks like Josh Allen was 18 of 23 for 232 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no intercepts. So the Bills won. And now a next game. Tennessee and Chicago. The winner of that game was Chicago won. It was at Chicago. Chicago won 24-17. The big headline on that: Caleb Williams completed 14 of 29 passes for 93 yards. And they still won. No, not much of a running game either. They started some drives deep, but okay. The next, New England at Cincinnati. This is the upset of the week. Where was Cincinnati? Did they get off the plane? No, they did not. Well, in the game, Jacoby Brissett for the Patriots was 15 of 24 for 120 yards, no touchdowns. Let's see what the Bengals did. Joe Burrow was 21 out of 29, but only 164 yards. So there were a lot of no interceptions. All right. Just couldn't move the ball. One fumble. One turnover for Cincinnati, that's all. Houston played the whereas at Indianapolis. And in that game, Houston won 29 to 27. It's a Stroud. How did CJ Stroud do? CJ Stroud was 24 of 32, 234 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs caught 1 pass for 6 yards. I know, carried the ball 1 time for 6 yards. Caught 6 passes for 33 yards. Anthony Richardson quarterbacked for the Colts, and he was 9 of 19 for 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 intercept. Yeah, he was in the game. He was the only one. No, 9 of 19. Next, Jacksonville at Miami. Miami wins 20 to 17. What'd you hear about that game, Fez? What do you know about the football game? Jalen Phillips had a big play. Tyreek Hill had a big play. For some reason, Jacksonville went for it on fourth down, and it was. All right, now we are going to show you the video of Tyreek Hill being manhandled by the police outside the game. And it's very strange, okay? Let's see what we can do here. It all came down to Miami winning the game, though, when how did Trevor Lawrence play? Okay. Here's the video. It's caught by somebody on their phone. And also somebody got in the way who was looking at it, some rubberneckers. But this fellow was watching it on his phone from across the street. And it was Tyreek Hill was lying on the ground. And a cop was over him, talking to him. And then they tried to lift him up. And they picked him up. And people were walking by. Let's see that again. That looked very strange. That's NBC. There's no details about it. There's just difficult here to try to show it. Okay, here it is again. Let's hope this this is this is transformative content. Here it is again. So please don't strike us. Cop isn't banging on the door. 3-4 police are coming up. Helmets loaded to bear and screaming. Tyreek rolls the window down a little bit. That car pulls ahead who was filming it. Then somebody else comes and the car door is open. Tyreek is lying down, kind of on face down on the cement, on the hot Miami cement, in just a t-shirt. The cops are making him put his arms behind. They're standing over in a very intimidating manner. Another person drives in the way of everything to gawk. Bad filming here. Where's the police footage? They put him in cuffs. And they're talking to him. He's talking to them back. They're lifting him up incorrectly, it looks like, from the using his weight They're lifting him up, his arms shackled. All right. Yeah, behind his back. So that's very strange. Okay, stop sharing that. And let's hope we don't get a strike on that. That looked very odd. Okay. But in the game, that 80-yard touchdown was incredible because he turned the afterburners on when two guys were chasing. For getting copyright strike, it just showed the play. Trevor Lawrence was 12 out of 21 for 162 yards. And the Dolphins, Tua was 23 of 37 for 338 yards. One touchdown, no intercepts. As far as rushing, Jeff Wilson had 26 yards. So all passing, not much running. Jalen Waddle had 109 yards. The Carolina played the Saints in a game no one watched. Carolina was rated the worst team in the league. The Saints won 47-0 in New Orleans. The quarterback of the Saints, let's see what he did. Passing for the Saints, Bryce Young. Andy Dalton's still in plays. He was 0 for 1 for the Saints. Bryce Young was 13 of 30 for 161 yards. For the Panthers, Derek Carr for the Saints was 19 of 23, 3 touchdowns. They have a good right guard, Robert Hunt. Okay, the Vikings destroyed the Giants. The score there was 28-6 at New York. Andrew Van Ginkel used to play for Miami. He had a pick 6. So Sam Darnold for the Vikings was 19 of 24. Daniel Jones was 22 of 42 with 2 interceptions. So and now we go to John Harbaugh's brother, Jim Harbaugh, is coaching the Chargers in Los Angeles. And the score of that game was 22-10. The Chargers won. And let's see what the stats were. 22-10 against the Las Vegas Raiders. Justin Herbert, 17 of 26 for 144 yards and 1 touchdown. Not many. I don't see any, I don't think. Maybe 2, I don't know. In this other game, Denver lost to 20 to 26 to Seattle. Geno Smith. Bo Nix was 26 of 42 for 138 yards and 2 interceptions. Geno Smith was 18 of 25, 171, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Yeah, a lot of short passing games. Okay, now we go to Dallas. Dallas beat Cleveland at Cleveland. The final score there was 33 to 17. 33 to 17. Dak Prescott was 19 of 32 for 179, 1 touchdown, no intercepts. Deshaun Watson was 24 of 45. You're right. Lot of attempts in the league this week and no yards. 24 and 45 for 169 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Throughout the whole week, yards per attempt were horrible today. Usually somebody has good. Washington played Tampa. The final 37 to 20 Tampa. And let's see who's the Tampa quarterback. Was Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield. Yes, Baker Mayfield had a really great game. He was 24 of 30, 289 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions. And in the final game of the week, I'm not sure. In the Rams at Detroit, Derek Goff's teams, the final was 26 to 20. Detroit wins in overtime. Stats of that game were: who was the winner? Jared Goff. It was the Jared Goff Bowl. Matthew Stafford was 34 of 49 for 317 yards. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Jared Goff was 18 of 28 for 217 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. And so, tonight's game, the 49ers and the Jets, that'll be an interesting game. It's in San Francisco. Jets are always supposed to be great, but I don't know. I know they were supposed to be so great. Remember last year they only made 4 plays. So the other news was, what were the other news, Vez? Uh, MVP was Lamar. Great play. And Isaiah Likely. No one's as good as Isaiah Likely. Of course, we come to the thing nobody likes, the injuries around the league. No one wants to hear about that. So we'll put some music to it. And in the music, we have Derek Brown, defensive line for Bears. Might be out for the knee injury. Rome Oduns, wide receiver. He got hurt, but he might be all right. He's getting checked. There's nobody. Let's see. It's anyone major. What was it? What? Doesn't look like any other. Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall. Do you know him? Cornerback. He's out for the season. That's about it. Let's see what other updates we might have. It's bad when your season ends and a good player, yeah. Nobody wants that. I guess the big stars of the league. Dolphins use their speed. I know that. Too bad we can't show that play. All right. Well, that's where it all stands. Yeah. Well, we can't show it, but for some reason everybody else can. But at least for now, I'm going to do a play by. I'm going to do a. Also, someone was talking about. I wouldn't say that Tom Brady's initial um, performance in the as a broadcaster was a little wooden, but when the game was over, his broadcasting partner tried to place him in a humidor. He's a great player. translate it, but that was his first game. He did say that he asked if there was a touchdown, and the man said there was, Tom, but that was the highlight from another game. You're watching the wrong screen, buddy. But this video gets out because it had a lot of disturbing aspects, and also they were making. I mean, they weren't. Now here's the funny. This is a little bit of funny thing. What was it? Okay, I think I might be able to get away with this one because I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try a sort of a highlight. All right, we're going to share this. We're gonna watch this. This is the highlight of the touchdown, but a highlight that somebody else put up. Well, it's like a short, so I don't think. I think it'll be okay. All right. Let's make sure that we have the sound on this one. Yeah. Okay. Let's watch this because when he scores at the end, there's something supposed to be funny.
To it, turned by Moore. Armstead the block, and he's going deep. He's caught Hill. Foot race. Driving. 36. Oh, he's a ghost. 80-yard touchdown.
Let's hope that doesn't get us kicked off. What? I'm not saying that it's a holdover from his career, but in one of the in one moment in the broadcast, Tom Brady called the wrong player for the touchdown, and the network was fined 15 yards for roughing the passer. All right, on that, we will end our show for the day. It was a great show. We're going to watch and see. And we'll hope somebody will watch and subscribe. A lot of likes.